Have you ever wondered how much money you could make selling on the Walmart Marketplace? Well, in this video, we are going to go over our sales, profit, and expenses for the month of January of 2025, just to show you the real side of owning an e-commerce business. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Salem. I've been selling on e-commerce, both Amazon and Walmart for the last 3 years, and I do also work in sales full time as a business to business sales executive. Without further ado, let's dive into this video to show you how much money you could really make in 2025 on Walmart. All right, everybody. So this is my Walmart dashboard for the month of January of 2025. And as you can see, we did $34,296.92 in revenue. This is gross, which means that this is before any expenses, right? We also did sell 1,019 units and we had 1,037 orders. It looks like our average retail price was $33.66 a unit. And this is kind of the breakdown, as you could see. If you are new to the game of e-commerce or business in general, January is typically a very slow month. You know, it's the start of a fresh year. People are waiting for their taxes to be finalized so they could then decide what to invest their money in. So January is typically a slower month, but I did destroy my 2024 January number by about 2.5 times. So I am very happy with this result. And as you can see here, I am consistent with having sales every single day. And this took a long time for me to get to this point. But you know, obviously with every month, there are pros and cons. And no matter what business model you are doing, no matter how much revenue or experience you do have your good days, your slow days, and your bad days, right? So always keep that in mind. And at the end of the day, profit is really, really what's going to be important for the lifeline of your business. Sales is obviously a great measure as well, but at the end of the day, it is all about your profit. Another thing that I wanted to touch on are the Walmart fulfillment services fees. These fees are taken out when you sell an item. And when you are sourcing using the Martyr or Sellify app, for example, it's going to deduct these already. So when you do see your profit on that app, it already includes these. But I did just want to show this. So, you know, Walmart fulfillment fee, $2,600. Walmart return shipping fee, 78.80. So, you know, if they have to return a damaged unit to me, I get paid for that. Storage fee, 221.95. So all of your units that are sitting in the warehouse that aren't selling, after a certain amount of time, they do accrue a storage fee. And I will say $220 for the amount of money and inventory that I have at the Walmart fulfillment center is very, very minuscule. So I'm not worried about that. WFS adjustments, as you can see, these are positive. This is going to be anything that I have recouped based on lost inventory that Walmart couldn't find, or lost shipments or damaged items, anything like that will go into this bucket. The WFS inbound transportation fee, this is going to go into my shipping cost when I do ship the WFS, which I broke down previously. And then you do have removal orders as well. So if an item, you know, you can't sell anymore or the brand removes you from that listing, if you do have inventory still at the Walmart fulfillment centers, you could either dispose of it or do the removal order. So yeah, it looks like total was about $2,700 in Walmart fulfillment fees. But as I mentioned, this is already included within my profit margin that I calculated, but I did just want to show you that. So yeah. All right. So the next part of this is going to be a breakdown of my expenses on the Walmart Marketplace for the month of January. So I spent about $22,000 on inventory for the month of January, and I utilized this by using credit cards with 0% APR and a mixture of different credit cards to, you know, get points, hit bonuses, et cetera, et cetera. I love credit cards, and if you pay them off in full every month, there is literally no downside to using them. It's all about leverage and a inventory business, so always keep that in mind. My gross sales, $35,000 to round it up to make the math easier, which brings my profit to a little under $13,000, which results into about a 37% profit margin, which is very, very good. In comparison, my Amazon business last year did a 19% margin. So as you can see, the margins on Walmart are higher at this time, and that is because it is a newer platform and their fees are structurally low as they grow and implement new systems. Now we move on to the next tab here. I wanted to break down my WFS shipments. I am about 95% WFS shipment, so I utilize prep centers so that I could be hands off and dedicate more time to other businesses that I have, along with my full-time job in sales. So this is a Excel sheet that I downloaded of all the shipments that I sent into WFS in the month of January. And the breakdown of it came out to be a total of 52 shipments with total units shipped in those 52 shipments being 1,122 units shipped in the month of January. Now, I don't have any goals on how much I should send. I'm very strict on only buying items that are profitable and only buying items that you feel make sense for your business. It all comes down to your cash flow and it all comes down to your long-term goals. But I was very happy with the amount of volume that I was able to bang out to start off 2025 off right. So that is going to be the shipments part. Now, expenses, okay? These are full transparency, the only expenses that I have for my Walmart business. This does not include anything other than my Walmart business. So I do have a virtual assistant that has been with me since I started this Walmart journey, and he has been trained by me fully since he started, and I pay him $500 a month. There are bonuses every other month, but just for salary's sake, I pay him $250 bi-weekly. I then use the Martyr software, which is going to be the profit analysis tool, and that is going to be $24 a month, which is very, very cheap. Now, I do have a prep center, which I mentioned right before this, and they charge me 50 cents a unit per item. So I sent 1,122 units, which resulted in $561 for them to prep and ship out. The shipping to WFS with the 52 boxes came out to $416, which brings my total expenses, minus the cost of goods sold, to $1,500 for operating costs, which is very, very low, right? So if we go back to our gross profit of 12,940 and we deduct the 1,501, right? We then have a net profit of $10,800 for the month of January, which, as I mentioned, is very, very good. And I'm very happy with that. Now, a lot of people often ask, is that what you're taking home? Is that what is going to your pocket? And my answer to that question is it totally depends on the individual and what your goals are. This is not my full-time job. As I mentioned, I do work in sales. So I personally reinvest 100% of this profit back into my business so that I could then create bigger orders and buy more items to then grow my catalog, which will ultimately grow my business. Now, some people like to set aside 10%, 20% to their personal. It's totally up to you. I'm just showing you what the realistic side of this business model is and how much you can really make. So I wanted to just go over some lessons that I've learned in the month of January. And right off the bat, as I mentioned previously in this video, January is typically a slow month for any business. It's just a little slower. It's right after Christmas and the holidays. People have spent so much money, and some people just take a little break and get ready for taxes. So that's one thing that I did learn this year now that I'm more into my business and more aggressive with the spending. And that's something that I'm immune to now. Some months are good, some months are bad. As long as you're getting 1% better a day, it's going to be okay. Another thing that I did learn is that, when it comes to seasonal items, it is very, very important that you buy those seasonal items way ahead of the holiday so that you are not stuck with inventory that's seasonal after the holiday, right? Now, retail stores such as Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens, they discount all of their candy, after the holidays, and they continue to discount it until it sells out, right? I made a mistake of buying Christmas items a little too near Christmas, which resulted in me being stuck with the inventory, and it currently is selling for a loss, right? Is it the end of the world? No, but now I know for Halloween, Valentine's Day, back to school, etc., to plan better and buy those items way ahead of time so I can sell out before the holiday ends. That's when the prices are the highest, and that is also when the profit is higher. So that is a big lesson that I learned. Another lesson that I learned is that there are some systems and processes that I need to improve on. When it comes to me purchasing my inventory and adding it to my prep sheet, the system that I currently have is working, but there is some slight confusion on the other end. So moving forward, I am meeting with my virtual assistants twice a week instead of only once a week to then get feedback to make sure that we are all on the same page. And lastly, my plans for the next few months. I plan to add some more brands to my catalog that I partner with. My plan right now is reaching out to 3 brands a day, whether that be phone, email, or LinkedIn, and waiting to see what can happen. I truly believe as the marketplace continues to grow and more people decide to hop on, and Walmart continues to offer all of these incentives for new sellers and new brands, I really do see a lot of brands going over to this marketplace, which leaves us as experts to then help them and leverage our knowledge on the platform. So I'm very excited to see how the rest of 2025 plays out. I did just want to break down this video. If you do want more videos like this, please let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below and drop a comment if you have any ideas. You could also follow me on Instagram at SalemWFS, and my Twitter is SalemC. And if there's one piece of advice that I have for you as you're starting this business or you're thinking about starting it, is that it takes time to get to a point where you are bringing in consistent revenue. As I mentioned, this has been a 2-year journey with Walmart, and I'm not even close to where I want to be long term. But I did want to show transparency on how much I make and how much you could potentially make, right? And if you have any suggestions for future videos, or you do want more videos like this, please drop a comment below. But continue to grind, continue to test your items, continue to network with other sellers, and ultimately continue to better yourself. You will get what you put in. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.